Hey guys, I'm Silver. To be honest, I don't have a lot of luck when it comes to love. Somehow it just never works out for me. I'm 18 years old and I've dated a bunch of guys, but only one time did it actually involve a serious relationship. That was 3 years ago, and I was so in love with that guy. I thought we were a really special couple because we were each other's firsts. We had a strong connection that I'd never felt before with anybody else. Everything was great, at least for me. We had been together for a year when he suddenly decided it was a great idea to cheat on me with my ex-best friend. He broke my heart. They broke my heart. And since then, I've had a lot of trouble trusting guys that I date. I'm a senior and I can't wait to leave school for good. Almost everybody that I know at my school is a jackass, dumb, or pretentious. Only a few are good and nice people, and in that group included are my close friends. That's why I decided a couple of years ago that I wasn't going to date anybody at my school. It was probably just going to tear up my heart. I don't do any extracurricular activities or go out much, so I don't really know a lot of people beyond school. It's hard for me to date because I have a no school guy policy. My friends even tried arranging some blind dates for me, but none of them worked out. There was never any connection. I was the problem. I realized I was being too picky and choosy, and that I was looking for the same feeling I had years ago. Of course, this wasn't going to happen because different guy, different relationships and feelings. Once more, I took a new direction. I resolved to look by myself for the perfect guy. But how could I? The only possible way was Tinder. This also involved blind dates. Ugh. But at least I could get to know them a little bit via chat before we met. I knew I wouldn't find the right person the first try, that I would probably meet some really weird guys. God knows I did. One time I went out with a guy that seemed really nice and cute on Tinder, and when I met him in person, he didn't look at all like his profile pictures. I'm not looking for the most attractive person in the universe, but don't catfish me. Later, 2 weeks ago, I met this really sensitive and hot guy on Tinder. I couldn't wait for our first date, and I really hoped he would look like his profile pictures. He did. His handsomeness shocked me. He had blue eyes and perfect cheekbones. I thought it couldn't be better. He was the one. But no, he opened his mouth and he had terrible breath. I tried to ignore it, but I couldn't. No one could. It was that bad. Besides, at the end of the date, he told me to send him pics of my feet and that he would send me his. Gross and creepy. With all my share of weird and terrible dates, I was ready to give up. Even so, last week there was a new request and I decided to give Tinder one last chance. This guy named Spencer was 6 years older than me. I don't usually date people that much older than me, but I decided to give it a try. We chatted with each other for several days, and we had a lot in common. I was afraid of our first date because I really liked talking to him and I didn't want him to be any different in person. 3 days ago, we had our first date. We were going to a nice, quiet little cafe. When I was heading to our meeting, I couldn't be more nervous. When I got there he was sitting at the table waiting for me. He was so handsome, just like in his pictures. Within a few minutes, my nerves were gone and I felt really comfortable with Spencer. We went for a walk and later he drove me home. We kissed, nothing more, even though I kind of wanted to. Still, the date went perfect. We had so much fun together. And oh my gosh, the chemistry was undeniable. His freaking smile, his side smirk, it made me crazy. I know we just had one date, but I felt like I was falling in love with him. I was so excited what was coming for us that I did something crazy. After I got home from the date, I sent him a naughty picture. I followed it with, "You get a chance to see me like this next time." Sexy, right? Well, he never texted me back. I don't know what happened. He just disappeared. Was it wrong for me to send him that pic? Did he think I was immature, or maybe that I'm too easy? Did he get scared? Maybe he didn't like it. Maybe he thought I had bigger boobs. I mean, I was wearing a push-up bra. Or did he expect to see it on the date and then backed out because we didn't have sex? He can't do this to me. I love him. I even changed my Facebook status saying I'm his girlfriend. Did that freak him out? I can't change it now. All my friends already commented. And what would they say if they find out he disappeared? I'm desperate. I think I messed up everything and ended our relationship before it even started. But what if I didn't? What if my pic shocked him so much that he had a car accident? What if something bad happened to him? and he's injured or dead. I don't know the right answer, but my pick definitely had some effect on him. What do you think happened?
Hey everybody, my name is Nicole. I'm 15, and the story I'm about to tell you is very, very disturbing. Grandma once told me that you never really know people, and that the biggest disappointments come from the people we least expect. She was a really wise old lady, and you should too. Well, not my actual grandma, just the quote that she said. Anyways, let me tell you my story. My family is very poor. My dad is an electrician, and my mom works in a public school kitchen. I also have 2 younger brothers, Luke and Chris. They're both 7. We don't have a lot of things besides, the essentials to live. Beds, kitchen, a roof, and a bathroom. Yeah, 1 bathroom for 5 people. Our mornings are disastrous. Usually people feel sorry for me when they find out, which seems kind of stupid to me. I don't need your pity because my family's poor or whatever. Anyways, I decided to pick up a job, so I've been working at a 24-hour convenience store near my house for the last year. I go after school to help with, the house bills and stuff. It's not a lot of money, but anything helps. My parents want me to quit and stay focused on my studies, but how can I do that when I know they have a hard time putting food on the table? My mom's job pays awful, and dad's depends on the week. Sometimes he's really busy and gets paid good, so he takes us out to dinner, to Arby's. Yeah, I know. The rest of the time, well, it's not that nice. Thank God that none of us suffer from diseases like diabetes or cancer, because medical treatment and stuff like that is just really expensive, and we can't even afford insurance. Maybe God made us healthy because he knew we couldn't afford being sick. Anyways, a few weeks ago, something really unusual happened. Dad came home with presents for all of us. He bought a Nintendo Switch for my brothers, a dress for my mom, and a laptop for me to keep focused on getting good grades, according to him. We were all really happy and surprised for a few minutes, but then I thought about it and wondered where the heck did he get all of this money? I asked him if he got a promotion or something like that. I don't really know if electricians get promotions, but he said that he had a new client who was paying really well. And I believed him. Why wouldn't I? That night we went out for dinner again, this time to a fancy restaurant. What the hell, Dad? I love this new client of yours. Weeks went by and Dad kept bringing home new stuff, like new TVs, a new microwave, new phones. We were all really happy with the new stuff, but something felt odd and I couldn't get it out of my head. How can electricians make so much money? And that fast? One day I was moving some of my files from his computer to mine. Before his new earnings, it was the only one that we had. So I was looking through my old school assignments when I found a folder called New Job. I tried to open the file, but it wouldn't because I guess it needed a password. There's something going on here, I thought. I spoke with my friend Nate about it, and he knows his way around computers and hacking. We managed to get home earlier than my dad, and he cracked it after a couple of minutes. Dad had a lot of folders with dates and names. And when I say a lot, I mean like 40 or 50 folders. I asked him to make a copy because I wanted to check them out later on my computer. I didn't know what was in them, and I wasn't going to let him see it. Thank God I made that decision. That night, I finally got the courage to watch what was inside. And I never imagined what I would find. They were videos of me naked. Showering, to be more specific. Every folder, a video, and an invoice. He was selling those videos. That's where the money was coming from. They were even videos of me masturbating in the shower. That sold for $3,000. This is insane. My own freaking father. He installed a hidden camera in the bathroom to record me. I'm devastated. How can my dad do that? There is no excuse for this. If he recorded and sent them, that means he also had to watch them. There's no way he could know I was going to please myself. My dad is disgusting. And I have no idea what to do. I mean, now we live better lives than before, and we have more money than we've ever had, and I want my brothers to grow up with the things that I never had. And I guess I'm kind of helping, right? Maybe I just shouldn't say anything. I don't want to be exposed like this, and I don't want to be poor either. Is there anybody I can talk to? Please, somebody let me know what to do.
Did you enjoy this story? We have one more episode for you. Hey everybody, I'm Samantha. I'm a high school sophomore and I am terrified to use my high school bathroom. Up until last year, I used to go to a private school. Yes, I said private school, and you're probably judging me for it. Please don't. I had to change schools because my father's company was having some really bad years, and eventually he decided that he couldn't afford to pay for my private school tuition anymore.
So he sent me to public school. I knew that public school meant change, a lot of change. And to be honest, I wasn't scared. I was excited to not have to call any of my teachers sir or ma'am anymore. Sir, as if they were some kind of knight? What the hell, man? In my head, I figured public school meant more chaos, but more freedom. After all, private school kids were kind of boring and uptight. When I started at my new school, I had trouble adjusting to a bigger number of students in class. However, I've always been outgoing, and I tried to talk to a bunch of different people, and I felt welcomed by several of them who invited me to sit with them at the school's cafeteria. That was cool, sitting with them, not so much the cafeteria. I guess I'm definitely used to a different standard of cooking. Whatever. I committed myself to bringing my own lunch for the first few weeks to evaluate the food at the school. But Thursday came and I forgot, so I had to buy some lunch. They were serving spaghetti and meatballs. Doesn't sound so bad, I thought. But I was wrong. It was the worst pasta sauce ever. And even though I was hungry, I couldn't eat the whole thing. Lunch made my stomach ache, and I had to go to the bathroom. When I got to the bathroom, I immediately noticed how bad it smelled. You'd think the school's janitor would clean the bathroom every day, but I literally don't even know if he knows how to do his job, because it doesn't look like this bathroom has been cleaned for years. There was some toilet paper outside of the stall. I guess you have to just estimate how much you need and take it in there with you. It didn't make any sense. So I grabbed a bunch of toilet paper, first to clean the seat and then make a protector for my own use, because they didn't provide any toilet seat protectors. At least I managed to sit in a toilet that wasn't broken. So anyways, I was sitting there minding my own business when I heard a couple of older girls come in. They started smoking. Honestly, that's disgusting in itself, but at least that smell covered what other smells were in the bathroom. The girls started talking about some guy hooking up with another girl at school. They sounded pissed. I honestly was scared to come out. And just then, the girl that they were talking about who'd hooked up with this guy came into the bathroom. Even though I was in the stall and couldn't really see what was going on, I could hear that something was up. It all happened so fast, but they grabbed the girl and threw her to the ground. I think one girl was holding her down while the other one was punching her, and they were all insulting her and calling her awful names. The girl on the ground cried and screamed in pain. I couldn't take it anymore, so I screamed, "Stop!" Absolute silence. Nobody said anything. Seriously, don't judge me, but I actually had pepper spray in my backpack. Before I came out of the stall, I grabbed it and put it in my hand. I crept out of the stall, and everybody just stood there frozen. I made eye contact with all the girls and then rushed out the door. I could hear someone behind me saying, "All right, new girl, but this ain't private school. Till next time." How did they even know that I had gone to a private school? That thought terrifies me. They all got a good look at my face, and now I can't even think about going into the bathroom or running across these girls again at school. The girl that they had been beating up found me in the quad a couple days later. She thanked me for saving her. I told her that she needs to talk to the principal or something, or tell somebody about what happened, but she warned me that it would only make things worse. She also suggested that I avoid going to that bathroom until these girls graduate. She said they're seniors, and it'll only be a year more. I can't go to the bathroom for a whole school year? Gosh, I've never been bullied, and I don't want this to start now. I didn't ask for it, and I didn't do anything wrong. But now I can't even freaking go to the bathroom at school. Can you guys help me figure this out? What would you guys do? If you want to ask something, leave your comments below. We would be more than happy to animate your stories.